All right, everyone, welcome back to the rabbit hole. My name is Yasif,
My name's Atansh.
and what topic are we delving into today, Hitesh?
I swear you ask me this every week, and there's a title every week. They could just read the title. But yes, we're looking at the deep sea. So last week we looked at space, which many people argue is the last frontier in like what we don't know.
The
But
final frontier.
yeah, but others meaning you, pointed out that actually deep sea is another area that we haven't actually really delved into.
We kind of just skipped that frontier. We just,
delved
we
delved
jumped the
into
queue. Yes.
delved, get it, pun, because
What?
you delve into water. Okay.
What?
um
You what?
you,
You delve?
do you not?
Do you mean you dive?
You also delve means going into, right?
Yeah, but who says I'm about to delve into this pond? Do you
I mean,
delve
people
into
don't
your
say it,
bathtub?
but they could say it.
Okay, sure. You keep saying delve there, Hitesh.
Listen, you don't understand my comedic genius.
Okay,
It's comedy
I don't
gold,
think
my
you do
guy.
either. Anyway, so deep sea, yes, as Hitansh was so beautifully elaborating to, we don't actually know a whole lot about this. More than 80% of our ocean remains unmapped and unexplored, and we actually know more. Well, it's believed that we know more about our moon than we do about our own deep sea. There have actually been more people that have landed and walked on the moon than have actually reached the furthest depths of our ocean, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's crazier to think about that we have Mars better mapped out, like the topography of Mars, than we do of the deep sea.
Yeah, because I think like right now, well, the technology we use to map it out because we can't actually go there for most of it is sonar. So like we technically do have a map of the ocean. It's just that it's not very high resolution. Like I think the Mars map is maybe like the
20.
resolution's a meter or something like that,
It's
or two
20 meters.
meters,
20
20 meters.
meters.
Okay, yeah, I think in the sea it's about a couple kilometers. So
Mm.
yeah.
Wait,
Um,
like a couple of kilometers, and like that's how much we can see, or like that's how well.
like that's how detailed we can go.
A couple of kilometers? I thought it would be like 5 meters. If isn't Mars
No.
better mapped out?
Oh yeah. Like that's why we can't make out like
Oh, I see
small
what you're saying.
changes.
Bigger number is bad.
Ah, yes, big number bad.
I did
Small
not understand that. Okay, you're
small
right.
number good. That's how
It's
it
very
works. So like we
counterintuitive.
can zoom in on something more. We can see like
Oh,
fine changes in elevation and topography and things like that.
I see, I see. Oh, also,
Exactly.
speaking of funding, a lot of people, like a lot of people that work with NOAA, which is like the NASA counterpart, but for deep sea, say that it's not more so that we can't do it. It's more so that
It's just a lot of money.
it's a commitment thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
remember how we talked about how much NASA? Oh, pop quiz. How much does NASA get every fiscal year, on average, around
Uh,
ballpark?
20 billion.
Yeah, yeah, good job.
Hey.
By another pop quiz. How much does Noah get per year, like on
I
average?
signed up. I signed up to do a podcast, not a pop quiz, all right?
Come on.
Okay,
Guess.
fine. 2 billion.
Close, like 5 billion.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
I
so
should be
it's
an
not
accountant.
much. Yes, you should. Yes, you can
I
guess
should.
numbers. Yes,
Yes.
that's what
That's
you need to be an accountant.
accounting is, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just guessing. Go,
It's
dude, imagine if your accountant, all they did was, I think you're in $30,000 in debt, but like that could just be $30,000 of profit too. I don't know.
give or take a million. So how much taxes do you have to pay? 30. 30
30,
what?
30.
Could be million, could be thousand.
Who knows? Who
Who
knows really?
knows?
Um, but yeah, wait, what were we talking about? Oh shit.
Uh what was it? NOAA funding.
Yes, NOAA funding. Yeah, NOAA doesn't get enough money, and then that's why a lot of their scientists are super pissy about it. They're like, the reason NASA is so much ahead of us is because we don't have enough money.
So basically they're the middle child that no one cares about.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
that's sad. But yeah, so they would they would need an extraordinary amount of funding because these vessels alongside actually being able to have passengers aboard them, they would need to like withstand depths and pressures that are just incredible to think about,
How
like
did they even do
extreme
that?
pressures. What?
How did they combat like such high pressures?
Uh, lot of support and strong materials, I guess.
Really? I would think eventually at one point like anything can get crushed.
Eventually, yeah, but I'm sure
Especially
you
if that
could.
thing is hollow like a submarine.
Yeah, but I'm sure you could engineer some kind of solution because
I
I mean,
Do you have to
as I'm,
increase like the internal pressure too of the cabin so
um,
that it combats the? I don't know the physics behind it, but it seems kind of
I
cool.
don't either, but I mean, possibly. Only thing is, you couldn't increase it too much, otherwise, uh, the alveoli in the passenger's lungs would probably burst.
Fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah,
Yeah.
so the average depth that we've actually been able to reach is about 170 meters, which is 556 feet. This is about the same height as the Washington Monument.
I don't know how tall that
So
is.
it's it's a big
Give
stick
me,
in the
give,
ground.
give me another measure. Give me
That's
another.
the only measurement I have. 170 meters. I don't know.
That's like
That's
what, 17 basketball nets? No,
what?
no.
How tall are your basketball nets?
Sorry, no. I thought feet. Shit. Um,
Meters, no meters.
why do I think in feet? I'm a Canadian. 170 meters. How much is that? Like, why is that so hard for me to imagine?
Maybe
That's
like a mid-rise building or something like that.
okay.
Something I'm assuming some around there, or a high-rise. Probably not a high-rise, mid-rise. Anyway, so yeah, so 170 meters is the average depth we've been able to reach. However, the average depth of the ocean, do you want to guess what it is?
A couple of kilometers.
Yeah,
Two.
actually, about 4 kilometers.
Oh, I was close.
Do you know what the deepest spot is? How deep it is? And what it is?
10, 10 kilometers. The Bermuda Triangle.
I had hope, and then you said Bermuda Triangle.
What is it?
It's
Is it
why would
like
you think Bermuda Triangle?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
It's a
That's the only
triangle.
water related location I'm aware of.
You know what? We could talk about that. Anyway, so the actual depth, you were right. It is about 11 kilometers. I
Oof.
believe it's the Marianas Trench.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I used to be so into that band when I was a kid. That was my emo phase,
I was
man.
just about to say not the band, but the trench.
That was my emo phase. They made good music for sad people.
That's perfect for you.
Yeah. I grew out of it though, because it wasn't really that sad.
Did you?
No, I just moved on to sadder music.
I see. That's it. That's the real truth.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, we actually have reached this depth. Back in 1960, there was a vessel called the Trieste, and a human actually reached the depth of about 11,000 kilometers for about 20 minutes.
And they died?
No, they're alive. They were alive. Well, they're probably close to dead now, or they are dead. It's 1960.
Oh,
I'm not
true.
actually sure. But yeah, so 1960, and then I believe James Cameron also went fairly deep in a submarine.
For
I think
what?
around that depth as well. There's this whole depth that's called like the Challenger Deep. That's about the deepest point that humans have gone. James Cameron said he did it, and I believe recently the first female astronaut had done it as well.
She was like, "Ooh, space. I gotta go everywhere. Gotta go in
Exactly.
both directions."
If I go up, I go down too.
Yeah.
Gotta conquer all of it.
Damn. Respect.
But yeah, so TLDR, we don't space big, ocean not that big, but we know more about space.
Wow, that's such a good TLDR.
I worded it eloquently, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I really excel at this.
I have the utmost respect for your articulation.
Thank you.
So,
That's why we have a podcast.
yeah, so clear, so concise, so
Hmm.
informative.
Exactly. But yeah, it's basically there hasn't just been a lot of funding in this area because most people believe okay, yeah, we have an ocean, but what
Oh, most
benefit would
people
we
believe
have?
we have an ocean.
You
Ah,
know, there are
shit.
the
That means there
there
are
are
people
the
that don't believe we have an ocean.
I'm personally on the fence that we ocean is fake. It's
Ah, yes. Big
government
conspiracy.
simulation. Yes, yes, exactly. But yes, most people they think that there's really no benefit in exploring that deep.
Hmm.
You know, like in space, there may be the benefit of finding uh, habitable habitable planets or extraterrestrial life or
Hmm.
different materials and things like that. In space, it's just like yeah, there's water.
In space,
You
there's
know,
water.
in space,
Wow.
no, wrong way. I went the wrong way. In
Wow.
the ocean,
Whoa,
there's
whoa.
water.
You just. Whoa.
Look, man,
We can
look,
have it.
look.
Uh,
You know, there could be water in space. That's what we're trying to find. That's what we're trying to find.
nice, nice.
Exactly.
What was I gonna say? Actually, that's actually a very popular belief, which I don't think is actually that true because a lot of deep sea research can actually significantly benefit us, like as a species, in two ways. One is the fact that it can help with a lot of climate related issues. So, deep sea, or like sea in general, is first of all a location where a lot of greenhouse gases are. Okay, I'm just going to go over like the big ones. So, one is climate change with greenhouse gas emissions and like the ocean absorbing a lot of those greenhouse gases. So, like
Mm-hmm.
researching that more. Second thing with the environment is like climate, like just like hurricanes and not hurricanes, I guess, tsunamis and shit. Um, so like tectonic plates are under the ocean surface, where that's where they originate. So that's where tsunamis happen. Um,
Synonymies.
Synonymies, yes, that's where
Yes,
synonymies
of
happen.
course.
And then the second thing is health research. So, for example, like I don't think a lot of people know this, but sharks actually can't get cancer. So
Damn.
they're actually a promising avenue for cancer research and to see why they just don't like even because so even if a normal human doesn't get cancer, they still create cancer cells. It's just those cells are they undergo apoptosis or like the body has its own mechanisms by which it controls them.
Mm-hmm.
But sharks just don't.
They just don't create them at all.
Yeah, and they don't get cancer. So it's a very interesting yeah. So things like that. So sea research and marine biologists, there is merit to what they do, for sure. So yeah,
But is there benefits with going deeper?
so yeah, with deep sea, you have things called shoot, what are they? I don't want to mispronounce their names, but like they're
It's okay.
extremophiles.
You mispronounced tsunami, so
Go away.
it's only up from here, man.
I hate you. Oh wow, dude, we spent like 13 minutes, and then I said my first "I hate you."
Oh, wow, we're making
Improvement.
progress here.
We really
Honestly,
are. Yeah, they said we
counseling's
needed.
working.
But yeah, extremophiles, for example,
Mm-hmm.
they live in the deepest parts of the sea, and they're called extremophiles because they can live under extreme pressure, extreme conditions, and they don't need oxygen to survive, things like that. So these extremophiles have been used in like industrial processes. I'm pretty sure so far, but they can be used, and if we understand the way they work and how they're able to resist all these extreme temperatures, extreme pressures, we can sort of use those mechanisms to improve our day to day lives. So the because most of what human inventions are is that they're imitation of nature, right? Like if you look at
Mm-hmm.
planes, they're imitation of birds. If you look at sonar, imitation of bats. So like understanding the world around us will give us a better understanding of how to improve our own lives.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful.
Thanks, dude. I try,
I'm
yo.
tearing up, man.
Mm,
I can just hear the Beatles song being written about that.
oh yeah, bro. Shit, gnarly. You know, that's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
compliment you, and then you just
Respect Mother Nature, bro. You
heck yeah,
know.
man, dude.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that, but anyways, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yes. So
Anyways.
there are still benefits. I guess like you still have to look at it as a thing of how much is worth how much money is worth it, I guess.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like would it be worth it to get those benefits even if it costs an exorbitant amount of money, which it does. At this point, it does.
See, the thing with research is that the money
You
it's an investment, right? So
mhm.
at the end of the day, Sure. Well, with NASA, the reason why people are even at least inclined to give them $20 million is because their their research is so well publicized. Like the average person knows about it, and it's
Hmm.
like so. I don't want to say overhyped, but at least it's hyped, right? With like
Yeah.
water,
And I
no
mean,
one
like,
cares.
it's also somewhat visible, right? Like, they have pictures that they have published. You can look up and you can see the stars and all that. You know it's there. If
Yeah,
you look at the water, like, you only see so far deep and you're like, all right, that's all I need to know about it, right?
exactly. Yeah, like so the research isn't apparent or like isn't apparently useful.
Hmm.
And then also
But it could
like
be. You
I
never
think
know.
like just think about it. I say, oh look, we figured out how to picture a black hole. You're like, oh whoa, that's kind of cool, right? And then you're like, oh, we went even deeper into the ocean.
We went further beyond.
Nice. It's
It's like, that's
over.
cool, man. Good for you.
Yeah, like who cares?
Hey, look at this. Look at this starfish I found. That's cool.
Uh, turtles.
Exactly. I mean, who knows? Maybe once sonar technology or new lightweight and strong materials have been developed, then maybe we as a society can look back and reconsider investing money and effort into
Mm-hmm.
ocean endeavors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
Well,
like I believe right now, it's not as cost effective as it could be. You
yeah,
know.
I think that's the same with all underfunded projects. It's like the more money you give, the more efficient it'll become,
Hmm.
which seems kind of like wrong because like they would have incentive to be less efficient if they had money, but
Yeah.
that's not how it works. Because if you have more money, you're more you have to be more responsible. Like they have to like answer to more people, so they're more likely to like the Space Force scene where he's like, "Why are we wasting $5,000 to send an orange to the moon or
No,
orange
I
to?"
know
Yeah.
the thing about. I watched it, by the way.
Oh, hey, let's
Hey,
go. It's a good show.
yeah, I
It's a
got
good show.
that. I got that Netflix sponsorship now too.
Hey. Proudly sponsored by Netflix. Are you gonna
I
get
wish.
demonetized for saying that? Are we even monetized? Who knows?
We're not monetized. No one watches this.
Oh, true. At least I do. It's fun. Hi, me
Yeah.
in the future.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, Tanj. So
Mm-hmm.
we have this exploration that we can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've talked about sharks and their cancer cells and things like that. But there are some other creatures that exist in the deep down, in the deep, deep down, Tanj.
I am excited. Keep
And
going.
I feel like whoever named the creatures of the sea, right? So you had the surface level creatures; those were named by sane people, and then like the further the depth that you go, uh, the crazier these names get. I think they just like pick random words and then
Mm-hmm.
just like combine them.
That sounds like how most people name things, to be honest, though.
Like I think they just lost their funding for naming and they just let their kid name it or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like how
So
half the human body is just named after people that discovered it. Dumb.
exactly, but at least that sounds scientific. Well, I'm right now going to go through a list of potential sea creatures, and you let me know if you think they're real or if they're fake. Okay?
Okay, bet.
Okay. Okay. So, a giant spider crab, real or fake?
I don't think you'd start off with a fake real.
All right, you are right. The giant spider crab, it's believed to be the largest arthropod on Earth. It lives at about 300 meters deep. And
This
do you know
man
how big is it?
actually saw it and he was like, "Yo, bro, that looks like it's a spider and it's a crab and it's really big, bro.
No,
Bro,
no,
it's a
no. What
giant
happened?
spider crab, bro."
Nah, dude, what happened is I think one dude saw it. He's like, dude, spider. Another man's like, nah, it's a crab. And they looked at each other like, spider crab. Hey.
Hey.
Do you know how big this boy is?
I guess like 5 feet.
About they can measure up to 12 feet from claw tip to claw tip.
12 feet,
Dude, that's a lot of
double
seafood.
my size.
Yeah, man.
Jesus, what?
Like a red lobster would hunt these boys to extinction. Could you imagine that?
Uh,
But yeah, so that's
I'll have
that's
the giant spider crab.
exactly. They just 12 foot. They bring out the forklift and then just plop it on.
Hmm. Yo, that's really big
It's massive. They look
for a
weird too
crab.
because like it's legitimately like a spider. Like they got these long, long legs and it's weird. But yeah, 300 meters deep,
Hmm.
which is about twice the height of the Washington Monument.
Oh, I see.
Exactly. Quick maths. Quick maths. All right. Next one. Dumbo octopus.
I really hope that's real. I'm gonna say real because I
You're
hope
gonna
it's
say
real.
real? Well, you are right.
Cool.
They live at about 4,000 meters deep. And do you know why they're called a Dumbo octopus?
Cause they dumb. No, because
A
they look like an
roasted.
elephant, like the elephant Dumbo. Like they got big ears.
Holy shit, you're right. They're legitimately called a Dumbo octopus because they have big ears.
Yo, I'm good at this thing, eh?
But wait, when was the last time you saw an octopus with ears?
Oh wait, yeah, wait, that's weird. Why does it have ears?
You didn't question that at all. You're like, oh, the
No.
octopus looks like an elephant. Yeah, that's
Wait,
right.
why was I? Wait, that could either be like super creepy or like kind of cute.
I think they can grow up to about, I think they're supposed to be about a foot, but I read somewhere that some can grow up to be about 5 feet.
5 feet.
Yeah,
Yo, that's not as big as
yeah,
you.
exactly. You know what it kind of looks like?
Yeah.
You know how you see a Dumbo octopus? Wasn't there one in like Finding Nemo? Wasn't there like a weird small pink octopus?
Yo, bro, I haven't seen Finding Nemo in.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn there was a small pink octopus with like weird ears.
I
Maybe
googled it.
I'm
It's kind of
thinking
cute. It's kind of cute.
that. It is. It is. It's not gonna lie. It's kind of cute.
Most
All right,
most
next
things
one.
I see, like related to space are ugly. So I'm kind of happy.
What have you seen related to space?
Or shoot, you, you got what I meant. Water.
Water. Yeah, water's pretty ugly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
I
not
see
good
a
at all.
reflection of myself.
Anyway, oh shit. The ugliest thing to known to man. All right, next one. Helicoprion.
That sounds too scientific. Fake.
Shit. Damn. You know this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's actually an extinct. It used to
Oh,
be
it
a
used to
sea
exist.
creature.
It sounds
Yes,
like
but it's
it
extinct.
sounds like a dinosaur.
It is. I tried to find another one, but they're all like super noticeable because they all end in like a source or something like that. So you know it's a dinosaur. Okay, yeah. So that one was fake. You got me. All right. Next one. Megamouth shark.
They love adding mega in front of shark names.
Big. Big
So I'm gonna say real. I'm gonna say real.
Damn, dude, you're from fire. All right. Yes, they live at 4,600 meters deep,
Oh, that's pretty
and
deep.
they're one of the smallest filter feeding sharks.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're weak. So why they call mega?
because they have a big mouth.
But what's the point if they're weak?
Weak. What?
They're filter feeding, right? So they don't like
Yeah.
actually eat stuff.
All this potential
It's
and just wasted.
Wasted.
Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, the whale shark, biggest shark. I'm pretty sure that's also filter feeding.
Weak.
Weak.
Beta.
Wasted potential, man. Yeah.
Cringe.
Exact cringe, man. Have you ever thought about the fact that the whale shark is probably around the size of what we consider a megalodon to be?
I know it was big. I didn't know it was that big.
What?
I knew it was big. I just didn't know it was that big.
Whale sharks are pretty big, man. Why do you
Is
think they're
it?
called
Wait, what's
whale
the
sharks?
what's the biggest sea creature?
Blue
The
whale?
whale.
Blue
Yeah,
whale, yeah.
yeah. It jinx. Um.
Okay. But yeah,
Next one. Next one.
all right.
Next one.
Yellow-bellied shark.
Yellow bellied. Fake.
Damn, you're right. Okay.
Oh, you
Uh,
are so good at this.
dude,
I
you're on
was
fire.
So good.
Okay,
Because I
goblin
was like,
shark.
a red bellied shark or something is probably the real one, and you're trying to trip me up with like a yellow
Actually,
belly.
I don't think there's a red-bellied shark.
Okay, whatever. I don't know.
All
I was
right,
assuming some sort of colored belly exists.
of course, of course. Goblin shark.
Sounds too dumb. It's real.
Ah, you got boy. It's
Oh, it's
real. Oh wait,
fake?
no, wait. You said real?
Yeah, I said real.
Oh shit, no, you're right. Okay, it's real.
I was like, it's too dumb. It has to be real.
Yeah, it is. It is real.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
on fire.
this man, legit goblin shark, looks like a troll, like a goblin troll. Like it has a big snout and it has a jaw that it can unhinge. It's so weird.
Let's call it goblin shark.
Yeah, goblin shark. Do you see it?
Oh God. No,
I know,
that's
right?
nightmare fuel.
It legitimately is.
Do
Okay.
not Google that.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Vampire squid.
It sounds like you're trying to like put two back to back that are like kind of weird. So one of them is fake, but like at the same time, it also kind of sounds kind of stupid. So it could be
So
real.
what's your verdict? What's your verdict?
Real, real.
Real? Well, you're right.
Yo, that's a guess.
When I saw this, I was super disappointed in the fact that
Wait, how does it live?
this
How does it eat?
this
How does it drink blood?
I was super disappointed. It doesn't actually drink blood. I was
Then
very
why is it
disappointed
called a vampire?
because it has dark webbed arms that it draws over itself like a cloak.
What?
I know. I know.
What?
Yep.
It has a blanket, and they called it.
Yeah.
and
It
they
just
called it a vampire.
yeah. It has a onesie. And then called it a vampire.
What's it called? Vampire
Vampire squid.
squid. That's
Yeah.
dumb.
I know.
At least it's
Super disappointed.
red.
Was it red? I thought it was black.
No, I got it's red. It's red.
Is it red? Okay. Yeah.
It's red and black. It's red and black.
Such a wasted potential. All right. Attention. Next one.
Mhm.
Palisade.
You're not smart enough to make a name up like that. Real.
I gotcha.
Oh, it's real. Damn. Oh wait, it's fake. It's fake.
What?
Damn, you made that up?
Yeah, you know what it is?
What?
It's a type of car.
Ah, you knew I don't know cars.
It's a Hyundai Palisade.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean, who knows? Maybe there is an
Okay, at least I was
SU.
right. You didn't make up the name. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, I found it. But yeah, I'm not that smart. But yeah, who knows? Maybe in the deep sea there is a
A car.
full-sized
Let's
SUV
discover
driving
something
around.
and then call it that.
Of course, of course. We'll call it a Palisade just for you.
And,
All right.
and it has to go
All right.
fast.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, last few ones. Fangtooth.
Sounds real. No, wait, no, that's dumb. Actually, it's dumb, so it's real.
You're right. That is apparently how these names work.
It's
It
dumb,
has-
so it's real.
Yeah, it has big teeth. All right. Sarlacc.
Snorlax?
Sarlacc.
I'm so disappointed it's not called Snorlax. Fake.
You're right. That's a Star Wars creature.
It sounded like not a sea creature. It wasn't
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
enough.
I was running out of names. Okay. Giant squid.
Yeah, real.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
already
be like, if
finished.
a giant squid isn't real, then like
Yeah. Okay, this one's actually crazy. Okay, do you know how big these are?
giant squids,
Yes.
10 feet, 15 feet.
You wish. They can reach more than 40 feet long.
How is that what?
Do you know? Do you want
That's like
perspective?
an elephant.
No, no, no.
That's
Do you know?
big.
Do you want perspective? School buses are 35 feet long,
This is longer than a
so
school
it's
bus.
longer than a school bus. You could see little Jimmy riding home from school on a giant squid.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Bruh.
it's crazy. They haven't actually. I don't think they've seen these in person, but they've seen them wash up on shore.
Oh, dude, that's even cooler though.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Dude, it's calamari for the whole family.
nice.
Dude, Red Lobster, like they're set, man. They got the giant squid and the
they need to
giant
start
crab.
investing.
Like,
They need to
they
start
gotta,
investing.
they gotta invest in the deep sea. Like, I think that's where their market share is at.
Yo, imagine they get like the first megalodon on their menu.
Just megalodon fillet,
Oh, dude. Yo, that's kind of messed up.
served at the side of giant crab.
Take like the only.
They
Oh.
found the prehistoric creature, and Red Lobster just served it up as an entree.
Yeah. Wow.
Who knows? I think we should reach out to Red Lobster after this and convince him to fund deep sea expeditions.
Speaking of which, yo, shark finning is messed up, and
Yeah,
people should change it.
they should.
hmm
They should.
That's just my hot take. It's not a hot take at all, but like, I just
Yeah,
remember
sure.
watching a video or a documentary in grade 9 and just being scarred by like how many sharks get killed for no reason. They don't even get killed; they just take their fin and throw them back.
Yeah, it's so dumb. It's like if you're gonna eat like the shark, eat the whole shark.
Yeah, and the issue with just throwing it back in the ocean is that it's gonna die. So
Yeah.
like, but like no other creature will eat it either, because like, it's like no creature kills something that's already like been killed before, right?
Mm-hmm.
or not
No
killed, like
sloppy
eats.
seconds.
Yeah, no sloppy seconds essentially. But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, there was a scene in that documentary where like they were poaching sharks or whatever, and like the entire sea had turned red, and it was
Jeez,
like
man.
mess. Like I've never, dude, it was weird. It was
Yeah,
messed
poaching
up.
in general is super messed up. Like even like rhino, elephant poaching, shark poaching, it's all messed up.
I don't even get it. Who wants ivory?
It's
Like
legitimately just because in
ivory
some
doesn't even look good. It's just a
no, it's
white
not even
rock.
looks. It's just in some cultures they believe that it has healing properties.
Bruh.
That's
Bruh.
legitimately right.
Medicine,
They
am I a
snort they
joke to
snort
you?
they snort elephant tusk and they feel better.
Medicine is just
Yeah,
sitting in the
medicine.
corner. Am I a
It's like, hey
joke to
man,
you?
I have a flu. I don't know what to do. Yo man, see
Snort
that
that
elephant
good
tusk over
shit.
there? Snort that up, man. You'll feel right good.
Mm,
Super
addicting.
weird, man. Super weird.
Talking about weird animals,
Anyways,
dude. Talking
exactly.
about weird
So
animals.
so are these the only animals that can exist in the deep sea,
Hoo-hoo.
Hitanch?
See, when we have these probabilities, I like to look at like the extremes.
Of course,
And
the
what I
Ooga
mean by
boogas.
this is a Loch Ness monster. It's real.
Dude, it's confirmed. It's real.
Actually, no. You know that like super famous picture by the Loch Ness monster? It's called like
Yeah,
the
it was
Search of.
fake, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Wasn't it
fake.
like a log or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I'm
that won't
sad,
stop us. Nessie's real.
dude. The
We're gonna
amount of
find her.
findings and the amount of like just research and folklore that's associated with Loch Ness monster,
Hmm.
so extensive. Like
It really
so
is. I
ex.
remember. I remember there was a time where I used to look into that a lot. Like, so much random stuff.
Yeah, and like it's like Bigfoot, you know, like
Hmm.
eventually like someone's gonna do something. But like the problem is now it's like impossible to like ever claim a picture is real.
Yeah, because it's so easy
Because
to doctor it.
it's so easy to doctor it.
Yeah.
So unless it comes walking out of the water, no one's gonna believe.
It just like walks up there and gets on like TikTok and just makes one of those TikToks, you know? You think the Loch Ness
Cringe.
monster would make a TikTok?
I'll bet.
Dude,
Wasn't
I'll
there
sponsor it.
wasn't there like a movie based on the Loch Ness monster? That was like oh shoot.
Based on a
I mean
Loch Ness monster.
there were a lot of movies based on the Loch Ness monster, but there was like this like Disney movie.
Are you talking about the movie where the kid finds this small animal and
Egg
then grows it
and
up in
then
his
yeah,
bathtub
and then it
and then it
becomes
jumps and then he does a free willy thing or something at the end?
yeah,
I remember that movie.
yeah. Yo, that was Loch Ness, right?
Dude, that just came to me like a free like I don't know, some kind of high or something. Like that was like a fever dream.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
Jesus.
Memories.
Yeah.
Interesting
That
things.
was a weird movie.
That was a weird movie. It was a good movie though, from what I remember.
Was it?
I don't really remember the
No, I
story,
don't remember.
but
Every
yeah.
kid thinks the movie is good. All right. So Loch Ness Monster, what other spooky boys we got down there, Tanch?
Ooh, one that we mentioned called the Megalodon.
Mm.
Um, people think that the Megalodon. Okay, I shouldn't say people think. Okay, it's most likely extinct. Realistically, the Megalodon
No.
is probably extinct, but it maybe it wasn't extinct. You know what I'm saying? And the interesting thing about the Megalodon is like it's massive, right? Um,
Do you know how big they believe it was?
so the Megalodon goes up to around like the female's actually bigger than the male, which is interesting,
No, okay.
but around 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. How big is the okay, I don't know if the well no, I don't think the whale shark is that big. How big is a whale shark?
I can Google that. Whale shark size. It's around 10 meters, so much smaller,
Okay.
much
Yeah.
smaller.
Much smaller.
But
What is 10 meters in feet?
what
That's like
about the
30,
blue whale?
30, 40. But what about the blue whale?
The blue whale's only 25 meters.
What is that in feet? That's about 60,
But it
80.
okay. Oh, okay. It's bigger. It's bigger
Yeah.
because the megalodon is around 18 meters long.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, like again, they're two different types of fish. The blue whale is a mammal, so.
True.
But it's still
True.
interesting that there's still a shark that's fairly sizable. I mean, like the whale shark is about half the size of a megalodon, right?
Yeah.
That's still a
And
significant size.
and dude, the megalodon infant, like just like a newborn megalodon, would be the same, would be taller than me and you by a foot and a half, 7.5 feet, dude.
That's
Just like a newborn.
no. I mean, it's not that hard to be taller than me, but no, that's pretty impressive.
Oh,
Either way.
no, you're not that short.
So,
Um,
but I mean,
okay, the reason why people think that they went extinct was
mhm.
because they think that the new age sharks would like outcompeted them for food, just because like
Okay. They
they
couldn't
were too
adapt to
big.
the new
Yeah, they were
technology.
just
They just
yeah
couldn't understand iPhones and all
yeah.
that new
They
TikToks
didn't
stuff.
get with the times, dude.
Yeah, the
Dude,
future is
okay.
now, old man.
Let me give you a bit of trivia.
Okay.
How much force do you think their jaws could exert? Like their bite
Uh,
force.
what do you want this force in?
Do you want it in newtons or pounds? You can do either.
I'm asking you.
Give me in pounds. It's probably more
Give you
easier.
pounds? Okay. I'm
You
going to say 2,000 pounds.
Ooh, buddy boy, you're so off. 25,000 to 40,000 pounds of force.
That's a lot of force.
Dude, that's
As
insane.
that's a lot of force.
But
I
yeah.
could probably bite through like an airplane if it
Yep.
was big enough. If it was big enough, I don't know if.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's big. It's as big as an airplane. So yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. How big is an airplane?
I can just ride on a megalodon and take a flight to like China or something like that.
An airplane is 60 meters.
That's more than the meg, isn't it?
On average, on average.
Yeah, that's more than the megalodon.
Yeah, that is more than a megalodon.
So your information is false.
Hey, I said maybe.
You sound pretty confident there.
I said perchance.
You know, I don't really appreciate this false information that you're spreading.
Perchance.
But either way,
I
like there
lost
are
all.
these
Yeah, keep going.
there are these creatures, right? I mean, like the megalodon and the Loch Ness monster and stuff like that. I don't per se believe that those exact creatures exist, but I'm also of the mindset in that I think there definitely could be some fairly sizable monster-esque creatures in the deep sea,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's just it's like space, right? And aliens.
Yeah.
The chance of there being aliens is so like extremely high, right?
Hmm.
And it's the same with a deep sea, and not obviously to the same extent, but like there's so much of it that we haven't explored that of course there's a chance for discovering new species. Like
Exactly. Like there's so many species that we don't know, and even like with the giant squid, like we know that they can reach a significant size, right?
mm-hmm,
So am I saying like, is there like a airplane sized shark? Maybe not, but there's definitely something fairly
mm-hmm.
decently sized down there, I would say.
I agree. Um like zones like the abyssal zone or the Hadal zone, or it's like where you're at like a depth of like 6,000 meters, and like it's so dark. It's like there's no light there whatsoever.
Hmm.
Um, and obviously trenches like that, there's definitely things that exist there that we just simply can't see. So yeah, I definitely think that there is hope.
Exactly. It would hope. It would be interesting to see like what kind of body composition they have, right? Because at that pressure, like you would either need to be super small or you would have to have some kind of I don't
Hmm.
know, malleable body or just be super tough, I guess, right?
Yeah, and that's what we want to know, right? Like we don't really, okay,
Hmm.
sure, like sure we discovered new species, cool, 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 but like how does it live? Like how does that, and how can we copy that shit? Like
It just goes to the gym, gets real swole. That's how it lives there.
then I guess
Eh,
I'll be making my way down there too soon.
Dude, let's go. Let's swim down there right now.
Man, I can't swim.
Oh, well, that's your first problem.
That's actually funny.
Uh,
Um,
and with that, I believe we are approaching all the time
yeah,
that we have for today. So thank you for listening to whatever the hell this podcast was. Uh,
I hope you
you
enjoyed.
can exactly you can catch us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Play Podcasts, and you can also watch us on YouTube, where you can leave a like and subscribe if you feel like it. And I guess join us
Yeah.
next week when we find some other topic to talk about. I don't know. What are we talking about? Do you know?
We don't know yet, but it will be interesting. That I can promise. So join
Of
us next
course.
time when we go down the rabbit hole.